I'm 26 years old, walking into an interview with the executive director. I'm wearing my absolute best navy dress and stacked heel leather slingbacks. We walk into the cafeteria, and suddenly, I'm on the floor. Faceplant. What the fuck? My body is a siren, adrenaline buzzing in my arms and legs. My breath is shallow. My whole system is screaming, "Get out, get out, get out." But my response is immediate. I spring up. I force calm like my next breath depends on it. "I'm fine," I say, too fast. "Really? What were you saying?" I didn't replay the fall that night. By morning, it was already a story I didn't tell. But that collapse had nothing to do with the external pressure of the interview. It was a direct result of the internal state I was operating from. Later, I would call this foundation consciousness. It is a state of complete immersion in the rush of daily life. Here, your identity is built on borrowed worth. You organize choices around whoever offers relief, disconnected from your own signals. This is how you learn to look composed while falling apart on the inside. Outward competence masks a total disconnection from your own internal knowing. It is a slow, quiet slide into competent collapse. Highly capable professionals live this reality every day. You are doing everything right. Your work matters. Your life appears accomplished and stable from the outside. Yet internally, the ground feels entirely unsteady. We assume this instability is a problem of effort. We believe that if we just find the right tool or outwork the exhaustion, we will finally stabilize. We operate on a predictive consequence model. State drives attention. Attention shapes emotion. Emotion drives action. Action creates consequence. In a foundation state, no matter how hard you try, the output feeds right back into the locked state. The consequences are informational. High achievers stay stuck because they ignore the state of consciousness organizing their experience. Without recognizing that state, no amount of effort or discipline can create stability. It takes time to see the pattern. It took years of exhaustion and 2 failing marriages before a quiet internal signal began to return. Source consciousness is the stillness underneath thought, a quiet field of awareness that has always been present. It is available prior to experience rather than constructed from it. You don't achieve it, you remember it. Touching stillness is one thing, living from it is another. Witness consciousness is the moment that quiet awareness begins to appear alongside your active daily experience. It is the specific, recognizable sensation of catching yourself running a familiar behavioral pattern. You are living the experience and observing it at the same time. Awareness is not a new skill you have to construct. It is the act of recognizing a signal that has always been running parallel to your life. The map didn't stop the pain. When my adult son went no contact and my daughter fell into crisis, my body flooded with panic. My brain reached for what it always reaches for: fix it, explain better, apologize better. None of it worked. Heart consciousness is the ability to hold 2 contradicting truths at once. I love my children fiercely. I also cause them pain. Both are true. I was a good mother. I was also the mother who hid. Both are true. I needed a map to navigate these patterns. I call this integrated consciousness, a fluid relationship with all your internal states. You still default to ordinary consciousness and experience the pain, but your identity is no longer located inside the collapse. Integration means your internal baseline is steady enough to hold the hardest material life presents. You can experience the contraction of daily life without shattering who you are. Now, this internal work meets a massive shift in the world. Artificial intelligence is rapidly making intelligence, speed, and productivity abundant and cheap. When intelligence becomes a commodity, the proof of worth built on output starts to wobble. If a machine can solve the problem or write the report faster than you can, the old markers of identity lose their grip. This shift leaves us with the capacities that cannot be automated: attention, discernment, and awareness. These are just useful traits. They are the distinct human functions that remain when intelligence is no longer scarce. This makes consciousness the last human skill. It is the ability to recognize where we are operating from internally and to hold our own steady center when performance is no longer a valid metric of who we are. AI doesn't give meaning. It exposes the need for it. By uncoupling our value from our output, It forces us to look inward. We are being offered the chance to build an identity based on deep awareness rather than the performance of survival.